You Hello, hello, hello. Greetings all. We are streaming on all frequencies from DS9 Space Instance number 1. It is episode 284 of the Pride to Armada live stream, where we seek out new life and new civilizations, boldly going where some live streams have gone before. I'm your host, James. The people that will be laughing at my jokes the loudest tonight will be my co-host, Selleck, and our special guest star, Ryon.
That was rather slanderous.
It wasn't slanderous. Now,
saying we'll be laughing at your jokes.
Now, Ryon may some of you may know Ryon, some of you may not know Ryon, but you'll probably know his @handle Rags. He has his own stream; they're extremely good. But Ryon often joins in the chat on the Accolade Hunter streams. And if you're not familiar with him, he is one of the devs at Star Trek Online, and he helped make the game so cool and make missions and stuff. So, Ryon, tell us about yourself.
Aww, thank you. Well, I'm Ryon. I work on the game. I make the game really cool, and I frequently come onto the channel to mock James while he's playing and berate him for breaking it.
I don't break it all the time. Only sometimes.
I'm a senior content designer, so my job is to make the various missions that y'all play. And from what I've been told, we're going to be jumping into some of them today.
We are indeed. It's going to be pretty cool. Now, Selleck, how have you been? Have you been good?
Not been too bad. Very sleepy of late, but other than that, I've been good.
Excellente. Well,
Yourself?
I've been good. I've got a very British day lined up tomorrow. I've got to get up early in the morning to help out with a Remembrance Day event to set it all up and sing some songs, and then go and do some Gilbert and Sullivan show in the afternoon, which is
wait. You're having a British day, and you're prefacing it by drinking a cup of coffee instead of a cup of tea.
But see, it's lemsip in it. See, it's neither British nor American.
Oh god, when you said you were having lemsip earlier, I thought you just meant lemsip. You put lemsip in coffee?
No, it's just Look, see, it's just lemsip. See, it's not coffee. It's not coffee and lemsip. I'm not a barbarian. What do you take me for?
I take you for a barbarian.
That's ridiculous. Anyway, Selleck, shall we continue?
Yes, as much fun as this is, James, would you mind not telling any more bad jokes and getting on with it, as it's already past 2 a.m, and you're the one who wrote this script and these words that I'm saying.
I did. Yeah, it's rather late. So anyway, let's start the roundtable discussion. We're here at DS9 Space Instance 1. We'll cover the latest Star Trek Online headlines. No small amount of opinion thrown in. We'll share the Prior to One Armada members' latest achievements as well. After that, we're going to play through some missions that Ryon has blessed us with over the years, and we'll ask him some questions about STO missions and how they're made. And most of the stream will be racing through the missions, but also we'll stop and take a look at the beautiful details around as well. We'll be gaining dilithium marks, and we'll be trying our best not to break Ryon's stuff. I promise I won't break your stuff. Every mission we'll bring 2 different players with us, so you can join us as long as your character's level 10 or higher. Yeah.
But you don't have to wait until then for a big payoff, because our first giveaway of the night starts now. For your chance to win a TR-116B rifle, the sniper rifle, the Mark 12 one, type the word "don't" into your streaming chat of choice now. Good luck to everyone.
If you want to, we want to connect with our audience, so join the Priority One Armada chat channel by typing in the chat box /channel_join space Priority One, all one word, and then hit the enter key. Boop.
And if you're ready to join our little community, then head on over to PriorityOneArmada.com to sign up. There are active Federation and KDF fleets full of humans, Vulcans, Klingons, Orions, and even Gorn, but they do have to wear masks as they spit a lot. So whatever your playstyle, you'll find your place with us.
Well, Selleck, it's getting even later, and we have lots to cover and lots of missions to play as As a certain someone said, he's made a lot of missions, so we have to try and get through as many as we can. So please tell us about Save on the Lifetime subscription. FYI, it's Ryon. I'm sorry, Ryan. I'll get it right. I'm sorry.
No, it's still pronounced Ryan. It's just with an O.
With an O.
Just 'cause, yeah.
Yeah. So I am saying it right. Okay, good. You don't know, as a teacher, how many kids, like, I'll say a name, and it's how it's written, and I have this one pupil called Anea, and her name is written Anea. I have this one pupil called Anea, and she's like, it's Anaya. It's like, your name is written Anea. I can't help it. I'm sorry. And then I'm like, oh, okay. I just won't go. Anyway, Selleck, tell us about Star Trek Online sale.
Star Trek Online are pleased to announce a sale on lifetime subscriptions. Starting November 11th till December 14th, the subscriptions will be discounted by 33% on PC and console. Now is the perfect time to pick up a lifetime subscription to Stowe. Enjoy all the rewards that come with being a lifetime subscriber, with exclusive species unlocks like playable Talaxian species, instant access to all lifetime rewards to priority login. There are dozens of reasons to become a lifetime subscriber today. For more information on all these great rewards that come with being a subscriber, head to the link James is putting into the chat now. Quick note, you can wait for another 50% sale if you'd like to save a little more.
There's the link, guys. So if you want to go check that out, you can go and get yourself a playable Talaxian. And of course, my ultimate favourite, which I am playing on today, is my Borg character, which is one of the special races you can get for being a lifetime member, which is awesome. And also you get the 500 Zen a month, which actually really is an awesome thing. I bought this, I want to say I bought Lifetime 4 years ago, and it's really paid off. So, Selleck, are you going to take this, or are you already a lifetime member, or not really fussed, or?
I am not currently a lifetime member. If I get some money together, I might make use of this sale, but most likely a future one.
Cool. And Ryan, question for you. As a dev, are you already a lifetime member or not?
I mean, I get stuff just by asking for it, so I don't need to be a lifetime member.
That's so cool. Okay. I mean, I can imagine walking in. Yes, hello, I'd like to try out the new Proto Starship. Oh, yes, here you go, Ryan. You can try out the new Proto Starship. I'm like, oh.
No, I mean, if that's totally true, though. I can just be like, hey, can I get one of those on my live account? And they'll be like, sure, here.
That's just so cool.
Excellent.
I'm just like filling over with like, oh my god, that's so cool. And now that's actually all our Stowe news, but I do want there's a little bit of news that dropped on Paramount's website, which I do want to let people know. And Brian, you might not know this, but there's a chance to get drawn into Star Trek Lower Decks. Now, you can deck your character in new accessories for the season and finish and enter the sweepstakes. Plus, you can add Strange New Worlds model and visit StarTrek.com, replicate yourself, and you can get yourself into Stoke. But it's only open to Americans, so me and Selleck can't enter, but you can get yourself into Lower Decks, Ryan. That's not fair. That's not fair.
I'm going there right now. You know what? I'm done with this interview. I'm going right now to replicate myself.
Right. So while Ryan's replicating himself, I'm going to go through some of the Armada news because we got a little bit more news, and then we can get on with going through Ryan's missions. So the first bit of news is Accolade Hunter this week is going to be on Tuesday instead of tomorrow, because I'm going to be at Band Call on Monday. Not tomorrow. It's going to be Tuesday instead of Monday because I will be at rehearsal on Monday, which is cool. But I still want to give you guys the Accolade Hunter experience, so the show will be at Tuesday at the normal time. Then, of course, Thursday is TFO Thursday. If you're a member of Priority One Armada, you can actually find this in your events tab, which is right here. And there's the stream, and there's Accolade Hunter. And there's the TFO Thursday as well, which is pretty cool. And we use this opportunity to join you guys, go after Mark's Dilithium, and, have a bit of a chat. It's pretty fun. Now, every Friday, we have Trekking Out the News over on the YouTube channel, where me and Sarah spend our Fridays writing scripts, editing, and then putting out to you guys to watch as well. So yeah, definitely go check that out. We got this week was awesome. So Ryan, get this. They have created a AI pin that is basically a Star Trek communicator for Next Generation.
I heard about that.
Yeah, it's so cool. And I was like, that is really awesome. But yeah, literally, it's like you tap it and it answers the call. But then it also has like a projection system, like you hold your hand out and it's like shines the light onto your hand with like your cool details, and you answer your phone on your hand. It was so cool. I'm not even gonna lie. So yeah, if you want to go check that out, you can in our little video, which is really cool. And we've also posted. This is another thing we covered in this week's Trekking Out News. There's a new Nerf phaser rifle, which came out for the 35th anniversary of Star Trek Next Generation. And we actually got one of our members, Phil, bought it, and it arrived yesterday. And he's done an opening, and you can go look at it. So we did that. That was pretty cool. Me and Selleck are super happy about this. We have a Star Trek Adventures playthrough, which we do, which is called Sovereign. And that sort of ended because the season ran out, and we life got in the way. But we're starting season 2 back in January. Woohoo! So it'll be back. Season 2 will start in January 2024, and we're very excited to be back, and it's going to be really fun. Anyway, back to Star Trek Online news, but sort of priority 1 focus. The Decker fleet just needs some provisions of dilithium to upgrade its starbase. They're looking mostly for duty officers and, of course, dilithium. Ferengi Alliance fleet is continuing work towards their Tier 5 starbase in Colony World. The Romulan Republic has 2 upgrades online, and they need approximately 400k deal to put cooldown K13 from 3 to 4, and need less than 400,000 lithium. So there's a couple of hundred fleet marks there if you really need fleet marks. Up next, the Romulan Tal Shiar fleet is working on their colony station officer training. No, I'm getting all confused now. They're putting their colony station officer trainer on cooldown, and they need 150 DIL and duty officers, tax, science, and engineering. Moving on to KDS side, the Klingon High Council fleet is continuing to work towards their starbase Tier 5 and Colony World. And if you're interested in joining any of our specialist fleets, including the Klingon High Council, the Romulan Republic, or the Romulan Tal Shiar fleet, you can submit an application at priorityonarmada.com once you've reached the rank of captain in any of our primary fleets. And just putting out there, we have some exciting plans for specialist fleets. Now is a very exciting time to get into one of our fleets. I'm just saying, wink, wink, definitely get yourself into the Ferengi Alliance, because we have some plans there coming up very soon. They also offer 25% reduced requirements for all promotions and instant access to fleet stores. Next, we're doing some social media giveaways for our TikTok and Twitter at P1 Armada. You can win 10 lockbox keys, which is most important, a 1 T6X token, and also 1 fleet ship upgrade module. So you can win all those things by entering our giveaway. And yes, we also yesterday we released a design for the Klingon High Council, which is on our merch store. And also, if you would like to ask Ryan or any devs that we get in future a question, we have a little message that you can send to. If you send a little thing to info@P1 Armada and with subject line dev questions, we will get your questions asked, and you can ask them. We haven't actually had many questions this time, so we're just going to ask Ryan random things and be like, Ryan, you're amazing. Tell us, oh wise one, all of the things and how cool they are.
No.
And I will answer everything as truthfully as possible.
Okay, what were you saying, Selleck?
I was just saying, we'll ask the heavy-hitting questions, like where do you stand on pineapple on pizza?
Oh my gosh, very important question. Ryan, where do you stand on pineapple on pizza?
Right on the center, because if you stand on the side, you're going to fall off.
Touche. Now, website donation. That's a really good one.
I can't believe we started early for this.
Oh no, it just makes me so happy. Okay, on to website donation. We're grateful to all our members that make website donations to the community. Thank you everyone who's made a financial contribution via our website. These donations support the Priority 1 Armada by paying for things like website hosting fees, production software for the shows, domain name fees, IFTTT services, restream software for the show. And if you'd like to support the Priority 1 Armada, you can do so by making a donation on our website and get a thank you package based on the amount you donate, which is pretty cool. Now, that's all the news. That's all. That's everything. So now that that's all done, we're going to actually do some of Ryan's missions. So, Ryan, what was the first mission you ever made in Star Trek Online?
So that was the Temporal Front.
Temporal Front. Let's go find it. Temporal Front. You going to come join us for this, Ryan? Or you can just... You don't have to if you don't want to.
I figured I would just watch so that way I could also like point things out.
Commentary. I like it. No, that's good. That's good. Which mission in Temporal Front, or just the whole of Temporal Front?
No, Temporal Front is the name of the...
Oh, the mission Temporal.
Mission.
So,
Yeah, in Future Proof.
I'm a silly person. That's why.
I mean, we all know that.
Temporal Front. I really am. Oh, Temporal Front. It's right there. I really am an idiot. Okay, Temporal Front. The Temporal Front. That's why I'm... Oh my God, Ryan, you have the mission... You made the mission with the best rewards, like, in the game for so long.
Yes, because I'm in complete control over the rewards of my mission.
No, I know you're not in control of that, but still, that's kind of sick, because I played through this mission so many times, like, to grind out that gear on so many characters, and now it's cool to know that you made it. Okay, so...
I'm happy you like it.
I know. I'd say... Okay, so who's going to join us? So you're Malcolm, aren't you, Selleck? I'm right,
Yes.
I think. Yeah, okay. I'm going to see if Jesse wants to join us for this first one. So I'm going to send Jesse an invite. Boof. And that means I have a few more spots as well. I'm going to send one out that way. Boof. I'm going to send one out to Deadpool. Boof. I'm just going to send one to Hemmer there. Boof. Just give everyone a boof. And whoever joins.
So much boofing.
All the boofing. No one's joined though. Am I just that bad that no one wants to join me? Error. I'm not leader. Oh yeah. I'm trying to invite and Selleck's the lead.
The worst thing is I was also listening to you being like, I'm just going to invite people, being like, yeah, you should do that. You should do that. Not realizing, oh yeah, of course, you can't do that.
So James.
Yeah.
As a little special surprise.
Oh yeah.
I may have just sent you a Discord message.
Oh, okay.
Of me having replicated myself.
What? Oh my God, let me see. Oh my God, yes, you did that hairstyle. Yes.
Oh, nice.
That's so good. Oh my God. That is so good. I love it. I absolutely love it. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Sorry, I'm getting distracted now. How many people have joined?
Shall we keep it to a fairly small number if we're going to be doing commentary on the mission? Because otherwise we'll just have like ludicrous numbers of bridge officers running around.
We can, we can have ludicrous amounts.
I mean,
all right,
you know that every person added to the team reduces the number of bridge officers, right?
Yeah. See, I understand game mechanics.
Not in all missions, because I definitely know in the one with 7 of 9, I've ended up with like 25 bridge officers when I've had like a full team.
I don't know. Maybe that's how. Maybe you broke the game. See, I'm not the only one that breaks the game, Ryan. He broke the game. See? Because I didn't break that mission. I don't know what you're talking about. Sips his drink.
Okay, I've invited the 2 X's.
Excellent.
In chat.
That is a really cool ship. I'm really debating which ship to get with my event campaign reward. I'm just like, I don't know which one to go for.
So, James.
Yeah?
You know how in the States, portions are just generally bigger than they are in the UK?
Yeah, I'm not actually seeing it personally, but yeah, I have heard that.
So, you know how you're having a cuppa?
Mm-hmm.
I'm having a jugga.
What the hell? Why? Why are you having that much?
Thirsty.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I can't argue with that logic. I can't. Okay, I'm gonna accept. I must say, some really cool outfits going on here. Okay, into the mission we get. Let's not skip the cutscene. Let's enjoy this. Let's enjoy this moment. By the way, just so you know, Ryan, I'm still doing the challenge that you gave me, where I'm not allowed to use any consoles on this character.
Oh god,
Yeah, that's right.
I
Yeah,
feel so terrible for
yeah. Look,
everyone else.
look. See, no consoles. No consoles. Consoles are banned on this
Oh
character.
boy.
Okay, it's really happening. Pivotal role. There we go. Let's move through. Okay, let's wait. Is everyone here? Oh, we're still waiting for Jesse and Deadpool. Oh, that's fine.
I think Jugga should totally become an official term.
Jugga.
I'm
Jugga,
sure
Jugga.
they'll catch up. Shall we?
Yeah, let's keep going. Commander Shiver. I like Shiver's character. I got really sad when... Oh, spoilers.
It's an honor to finally meet you. Welcome.
So yeah, this was the first mission I ever worked on, and when I started working at Cryptic, it was shortly after Midnight had launched, and before
This summit shall be of historical importance to be certain.
was it Stormbound, and Stormfront? Stormfront I think was the episode of Enterprise. I think Stormbound is.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Were it not for your efforts,
So it was before that had
this
gone
summit
live,
wouldn't be happening.
and
Allow me to thank you for that.
I was
On
being
behalf of the
thrown
United
into this,
Federation
and
of Planets.
I was like, oh
We've
crap!
quite
I
the
need
journey.
we need to set the entire we're setting up a whole new arc here. All of this temporal war shenanigans. So I was trying to make it feel large and important. A big deal was happening. We're going to start looking at the temporal accords, because right after Midnight we had seen what happened at the temporal accords, and I didn't know who any of these NPCs were, because it was just there's just all so many characters that I had to start learning who they were.
It is agreeable to see
Out of
you
the
here.
frying pan into the fire, or something like that.
Something like that. I suppose it's a little bit easier
Something like
when you've got characters like Rom and Lita from the show, and Kira.
We didn't. To be fair, when I first made the episode, they weren't in this. They weren't in here.
Yeah,
They were
right.
added later after we did Victor's Life.
Right.
Yeah, I was going to ask. Did you add them in or did you add them back into the mission? Did you add them into the mission when they were added to the game, or was that someone else?
That was someone else. I actually, I didn't even know they were added originally, but
Oh my god, that's brilliant. Oh, that's cool. So how do that's a question I've always wanted to know. How do you add assets to something that's pre-built? How does that work?
What do you mean?
Is it super hard? You made the mission, it's all gone out, and then you later on, when especially the graphics got better and you tweaked it and made it look nicer, but then you're adding things into it. How does that work? Is that a very hard thing to do, or?
I mean, obviously it depends on what we're adding. But this is it's sort of like doing bug fixes. We can go into the content and we can change things however we need to. What likely happened is someone like Paul,
May I
who's
have
our
your
writer,
attention?
came
The
in,
summit is about to commence.
figured out
Please
who were
join me in the main
NPCs that were
conference room now.
potentially more superfluous, and swapped them out and brought these characters in, so that way we'd be able to interact with NPCs that we actually care more about than otherwise.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. So basically overlaying this, it's like overlaying a skin on something, sort of thing, rather than actually physically putting them in.
We might just change the costume but then we also change the all of the text, all of the contact dialogue text, so that way it now fits the new character instead of the old character.
No, that makes perfect sense. Okay, this is a question I really want to ask you about, and it's this cutscene here. In this cutscene here, Gempok is poisoned, and it always confused me. And then, so how was that meant to happen? And then we correct the timeline, and it doesn't happen. I always got confused about what happens here from a narrative perspective.
He does get poisoned, but the Klingon physiology is actually pretty freaking tough. So he survives.
Oh,
He probably got pretty weakened by it, but but he did survive.
Oh, okay. See, I always thought that it was like that it wasn't Genpok, but like a body double. But that actually makes more sense, to be honest. And of course, it's 24th century, 25th century now. So I suppose it makes sense that they would just be able to save him from dying of poison, to be honest. This is a great cutscene. I like this bit.
Look out!
So this moment right here, where they're trying to assassinate the I mean, I guess it's not really that moment anymore because I'm at a delay. But the assassination attempt and her diving in front of it, that was 100% inspired by Star Trek 6.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
That's really cool. Let's go. I always like this part because I always like to try and answer the questions right and be like, haha, I'm super smart. And now on the stream, I'm just going to get the questions so wrong. I'm just going to embarrass myself.
Yeah, that was like the first puzzle I wrote for the game.
Ah, the accolade
and
hunter.
Obviously, it's not.
The accolade hunter would be proud.
Yeah, it's not a very difficult puzzle, but it's
hey.
It was well, no, it's not a difficult puzzle, but it was one of those things where it was expected. Players might get it the first try, they might not get it the first try, but then as a replay value, they will get it the second try because they'll, assuming they've been paying attention, and this will pretty much. Like they get to feel like they're smarter that second time around.
I'm not gonna.
They're outsmarting the spy.
I'm not gonna say how many times I got this wrong, because it's supposed to be an easy puzzle, and I just got it wrong all the time.
I like to get it wrong on purpose.
Shall be free of your...
I mean, it comes down to whether or not you're actually.
Someone did it for. Oh well, it's a free accolade. Not gonna play it. Accolade complete. Woohoo! I totally did that. Yes, you all saw that was legitly earned. That accolade, I earned that.
It comes. By the way, making it so that it would work in multiplayer was a pain in the butt.
How did you do that? How does that work?
We had flags for forcing it on for letting if one person answers it or letting it vote, and a lot of that technology actually was never fully realized. So I cheated and pretty much made it so that once someone selects it, it grays out all the other options.
Oh, so that's why that just happened.
So that way, yeah.
Oh, that's cool. No, that's clever. I think that works better than a voting system, though. It does mean you have to have someone that knows what they're doing to put it in.
Yeah.
This was a cool cutscene.
And I feel like we've since then gotten better at working on multiplayer dialogues.
Yeah.
We've also gotten worse at it and then gotten better. But I think our standards have changed a lot in the last 8 years, and we strive to do better experiences. We also have tried to get rid of these contact dialogue based puzzles, since they really don't work as well for a multiplayer experience.
Well, I must admit, these missions. I played this mission so many times now, but I still like it. I mean, the temporal arc is my favorite anyway, because everyone knows I like the Enterprise J, and this arc features the ship very prominently, which makes me very happy. But no, I just think having the sun in the background and it looks beautiful. And you guys, I mean, how old is this mission now? I want to say I was doing this. I remember doing this mission. Yeah, I was doing this.
This is an 8-year-old mission.
I was doing this at university. I was doing my my drama school stuff, and I was like, oh, you should be learning your script, James. Like, no, I've got to play the new Star Trek Online temporal missions. Good times.
But yeah, I mean, it was a really cool thing. Like I watched the episodes of Enterprise that this was all supposed to be based on, and and I had to figure out okay, we want to have Vosk's like we want his arc to be like literally connected to this, and it was just a weird thing for me to kind of to jump into as my first real mission in the game.
Oh, of course.
Like, there's so many little connecting parts that I mean, honestly, I probably didn't even really appreciate at the time that I do now.
Can I just say one thing, Ryan? Like, because of this arc,
said lots of things.
Well, because of this arc, when I watched Enterprise for the first time, all the way through, I was just like, oh my god, oh, that's the thing in Stowe. Oh my god, oh, I know, oh, that's the thing from the other thing. And like literally, my first watch through of Enterprise, like, because I watched it as a kid, but I wasn't really into it. But after playing Stowe and playing these missions, and then, and then just playing these missions and then watching it, I was like, and I was just sat there with Sarah, like, Sarah. So although it doesn't explain it here, but in Stowe, this is what happened, and we're the ones that caused the temporal cold. I was just like, oh my god, I know all these things, and I know obviously Stowe is beta canon, but I was just like there, just so excited about, oh, I know who that character is, and I know, I'm just fanboy. I'm sorry.
Well, and it was interesting making the primary antagonist of this mission be someone who we know canonically has to have gotten away.
Yeah. To be honest, I think it's so clever. Like this arc, just it's so good. I love the temporal arc. I'm sorry.
Yeah, always love the time travel mission.
Timey-wimey. Yeah, says the Doctor Who fan.
A fun fact about the temporal arc. So this was the episode where we introduce Krog.
Yeah.
Because she's the assassin.
Yeah.
Who we just dealt with, though we didn't have her named at the time. And then I believe it's what's the name of that mission? There's I didn't mark down one of the missions I worked on. It's another. It's the one where you're at New Kittimer and you're dealing with the whole temporal liberation front. What's it called? It's temporal something.
I'll pick it up in just a second as soon as my enemy loading screen has gone.
I can probably find it, but
the Enterprise J is so big. The environment team to build a ship.
Temporal Reckoning.
Temporal Reckoning.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I know the one you mean. Yeah.
Which currently I think is after this mission, but when it was first created, I had made a whole bunch of other missions between the two. So
right.
Temporal Front is where Krog is introduced, and Temporal Reckoning is where she's killed. So I got to actually be the alpha and omega for her character arc.
That's so cool.
Which I thought was always a really neat little moment. Yeah.
Oh, here's a question I want to ask. So obviously all the missions in Stowe got rearranged, and what was the decision that sort of that you guys decided to move all the missions around? What was the catalyst that led to that?
I mean, I think part of it was just a matter of we wanted the stuff that was the things that were happening in the mostly TOS era stuff with Daniels as one arc. So that was easy to kind of see how it starts and ends, with all of the shenanigans of him and the Shadow Man, like Daniels and the Shadow Man, and then we wanted to put all of the other, we wanted to put kind of the more Nakul part of it that was focusing on them
it's time
into future proof. So it was just a matter of splitting the two in order to.
Initiate self-destruct sequence.
It was just to make it more easier to digest.
That makes a lot of sense. I remember when I first played Stowe back in the day. I remember what I got really confused about, and this was slightly before your time, was I remember playing a mission with Tom Paris's daughter Morel, and like I remember as a kid like her dying, and when I got back into Stowe at university, that it was like my first years at university, like was just when what was it? When the arc was just ending, and then suddenly Morel was alive again. And I was like, but she died. I remember. I watched, and I tried finding the missions, and I couldn't find them. And I was like, what happened? Did I imagine all of that? Did that really happen? And I it wasn't until
you have your own personal Mandela effect.
Yeah, I was like, what's going on? And then of course, and I think in my head I just thought, oh, it's because it's the temporal arc that's going on right now, so it must be, you know, like it's been wiped from the time. That I think that's what I just got in my head, but I hadn't clocked in my head that's what was going on. That, you know, those missions just got cut because they were old, you know, and you know couldn't really be fixed and patched up. But it was just like, what? Anyway, sorry, I'm getting distracted. If I get too fanboy, Selleck, just be like James, you're being stupid. That's what I'm gonna do.
I don't need an excuse to call you stupid.
Hey, it's probably true. Anyway, I probably should say hello to everyone. I haven't said hello to everyone in chat right now. Hi guys. I promise I'm not ignoring you. Make sure to enter our giveaway for the rifle, which is the word "don't." I'm not going to reveal what the other two words are yet, but I think Ryan might know what it is. The sentence might be.
I love just randomly seeing that in chat, just like people having a conversation and then just randomly don't, almost like a threat.
Yeah, don't do that. That is a bad thing to do.
Or it's as if we're watching James play, and it's just don't.
Yeah, just don't.
Just don't. Don't cross the streams. Oh, I should have had my Ghostbusters tune on. So what is it like going from, you know, being at the studio for as long as I suppose you've been at the studio for 8 years now? So have things changed a lot since when you started, or is it pretty much the same? Obviously, you're working from home now.
Yep.
But apart from that,
adaptive security.
I mean, it's no secret that we've kind of slowed down our development cycles. Like, we don't throw in as many missions as we used to at a time. But at the same time, I feel like the quality has gone up dramatically.
100%.
Multiple Nakul life signs detected.
And you know, we're you know, now when we think of arcs, we're thinking of, you know, multi-year you know, sets of episodes, which is actually really exciting.
I think what I have.
I remember this fight. This fight was so challenging to do because we don't really have proper monster closets. So I had to try and make it so that they could come out, but you weren't going in anywhere because there was nowhere to go because this was the entire map.
Sorry to jump ahead, but does that mean you worked on one of the more recent missions that had that labeled on one of the doors?
I mean, we labeled them, yeah, because it's a bit of a it's an industry term. Monster closets are where like the monsters spawn and then come out of them, but you can't really go in and there's not much to do. So yeah, that's an industry phrase, and I believe it was Nick who made the label on the door just as a gag, because that happens sometimes in Star Trek where like they have little gag labels on doors and stuff.
Yeah, and there was the GN/DN lines.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I just assumed that they were beaming in to these were like the ship's like transporter systems. I kind of feel stupid
but I mean,
now.
which is I mean, I think so. I think they were originally designed to be like the ship's turbo lifts.
Yeah.
But it's just But they're just little circles with a door on them, and if you stand on the inside of the door, nothing happens. But it was just we were trying to make it look good.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and I was trying to create some form of believability of where are these not cool coming from.
Right. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, this bit I always love because it comes back to setting up Enterprise, and of course sets up our fleet, the event that's going on right now, our fleet Red Alert event going on right now with this continue. I just think it's such a clever way to set it up, and of course let's try and get the accolade so we can stop them from escaping.
And then another thing that was that's definitely changed is we used to spend a lot more time working on fiction blogs, and the first fiction blog I wrote was related to the whole not cool going back in time, and that was Steel and Karma, I want to say it's called. The idea was the Nakul went back in time to kill Sulu's ancestor.
Oh, that sounds sick.
And they have like a bit of a samurai showdown, and our concept artist Hector Ortiz drew a woodblock print art banner for it, and I actually have a copy, a print of it in my house because I showed it to my wife, and I'm like, this is so freaking artistic, and she's like, yeah, no, that's really awesome. We can have that hanging in the house, because she doesn't really, she's not big on like random game art and stuff like that, but that she saw and she's like, no, this is freaking cool.
That is pretty cool. So would you say you're obviously you design all the stuff? Would you say you're an artist? As obviously you design a lot of stuff, but do you do a lot of art outside of work, or are you sort of like?
No, not at all. I'm very artistically uninclined. What the actual artists do in our game, I consider black magic.
I mean, it is beautiful.
Like the environment artists, the character artists, like they're all so freaking talented. And sometimes I almost feel like a hack working with them, just because like the game looks so dumb until they do their job, and then it's just all blocks and placeholder graphics, and then they come in and they bring everything to life, and it's so freaking cool.
I mean, so literally before they go in, is it literally just like simple geometric shapes then, and then they go over
Sometimes.
Really? Wow.
Sometimes. Yeah.
That's so cool.
I've asked temporal investigation
Yeah.
to see what can
Shield.
be done about the Nakul and
You've got to put a lot of faith in them then when you're just looking at a room full of blocks and you're like, well, I hope this looks good when it's done.
Well, I mean, we work with them closely. Like it's not like I just give it to them and then they work in a closed room and I don't get to see it until it's done. But we're discussing it the whole way through of what it's going to look like in the end. And there's iteration on it, and sometimes things don't come out looking the way you expected, and we go back and we try and figure out who needs to fix what. Is it that they need to fix the art side, or I need to fix the design side to better fit the art? Because sometimes that's actually the better solution.
Right.
But there's a lot of back and forth, and it's really an honor working with all these people.
I mean, you got the coolest job. I'm not gonna lie. It's so cool. I'm just like, Okay, so Ryan, we've just played that mission. What mission shall we go to next?
Let's do Mirrors and Smoke next.
Okay. Which arc is that in? Pray tell.
New Frontiers.
You're so much better than me. Oh yes, I love this one. Oh my yes, yes. I've got so many questions about this one.
Curious discovery. It found a class M.
Okay, I'm gonna. What we'll do is we'll go back to DS9 and we'll pick up a couple of new people. Is that okay with you, Selec? That way we've got a couple of others.
Sure. I'm just in the loading screen, but yeah, I'll join you there.
Loading screens.
So Mirrors and Smoke, I now had a bit more like experience under my belt by the time I got to it. It was probably my 4th or 5th mission.
Right.
And it was a lot of fun because we created a brand new setting pretty much for it.
Right. I mean,
the Qatari planet is really cool. It was very like cyberpunk,
Blade Runner, very Blade Runner-y.
inspired.
Yeah,
very Blade Runner inspired.
I must admit,
like the pollution was like a fun little mechanic that we threw in there. And if you don't have a rebreather, you'll just like randomly cough. And this is when I also started. This was my first mission where I started experimenting with our civilian tech, which our civilians are NPCs that are much lower cost, so we can have them walking around an area to kind of just bring life to it without them taking up too many resources and bogging down the server.
Of course. Okay, who's gonna let's go. Selec, can you promote me to leader? I'll be good. Actually, no. It's probably better for you to be leader, to be honest. Like, if anyone wants to join, just X up so we can invite you, and then we can go do this. I must just say the details in this mission, I really like them. Like, especially the two like rival news factions.
Yes.
As well. It's so. I was playing this the other day and like, wow, there's a lot of detail here, and I really do like it. Okay, mirrors.
You can definitely tell what was going on in the real world
at the time
when we were designing this mission.
Yeah. Oh, it's such a. Oh, I love it. I do like this mission. Okay, I'll wait for everyone else before I go in.
Yeah, I love the exploration feel of this arc in general.
Yeah.
Well, that was a thing that, coming out of the the temporal Cold War, is we wanted to bring that feeling of exploration back to the game. We actually had been at the time designing an entire exploration system, but we just weren't happy with it. Like we wanted to make it so that that players could literally explore those like kind of 3 new rows of sector blocks in sector space in the Alpha Quadrant, but it just we didn't want to make a incomplete feeling system. So it was like, if we can't do it right, we're not going to do it. So instead we said, okay, well, let's just take the missions that were going to be a part of it, and instead of having to explore to find those missions, we'll just create another arc. But it's still, we wanted to give that feeling of exploration and and discovery.
Of course. Okay, here we are in this arc. And let's look around space. Doing a scan.
Unidentified vessels. This is Captain. I'm not certain. I don't understand. The Rescarver did nothing to provoke this attack.
Well, it kind of did a few things to provoke the attack.
So this was, I believe, if not the first, one of the first missions that was done by environment artist Donny Versaja, and he was someone who was actually a really big cyberpunk enthusiast, so he was really excited about the look and feel that we were going for. And yeah, he just blew it out of the park. Like, it is such a cool looking set of maps.
So did he do the space and the ground section as well?
Yes.
Oh, that's
yes.
sick. I love the sort of like grim looking, like green gassy. It's so good. It's just so cool. Like just oh, sorry.
No, sorry. Just to respond to the Incredible G, it is hugely relevant still. When the mission came out, I actually did get a bunch of flack about, you know, being like a political hack, or, you know, being too partisan, and, you know, obvious like what my political stances were. And I mean, one thing I responded with was like, look, at the end of the day, even though it's obvious who these two people, like these two NPCs are visually styled after, like, this is happening all over the world, and it's, you know, it's not just a single moment in history like that we're looking at. Like, there's like, we are seeing a huge clash of left-wing ideologies and right-wing ideologies right now. And I mean, and yeah, it's been true for the last, you know, it's been true for the last 7 years, or more, it's been obvious for the last 7 years. It's been true for far longer, arguably, you know, 40 years or so. So yeah, like, I really do feel like, you know, even though it was, like, we were inspired by certain real life figures, there's something timeless about this mission.
Yeah, it's pretty much always going to be relevant.
Machine off to the side.
You know, I've never actually gone down this little hallway before. Like, I've always played this mission like. There's a lot. So what was the details here? Because it's quite, like, you can really explore this mission quite a bit.
In fact, you get an accolade for exploring the mission quite a bit. But yeah, no, it was just, we want, like, we really wanted to create that sort of dystopian cyberpunk feel where, you know, the haves and the have-nots are living very different lives in specifically vertically in this world. You know, the slums are. I actually kind of felt a little inspired by Final Fantasy VII, where you know, you have the slums, and then above the slums is where all the rich people are. Because, you know, in here, that's where all the clean air is. So, you know, the rich people live above the smog.
I mean, it's a very, very Star Trek storyline anyway. Like, because obviously you have the one of the classic TOS episodes where you have the guys living in the mine that they consider, you know, lower class, lower intelligent, and they work in the mines, and then you have the people living in the city above. So I think it's, you know, it's really, really like true Trek. There's two me's again. I hate the mini me. Go away, mini me.
Well, and then also, you know, there's this whole idea of the you know, the capitalism of, you know, oh, you want to live in the slums? Well, you better buy a rebreather, you know. Like, there's vending machines for literally surviving.
It's just so dark and so relevant. I love the artwork, but they just remind me of, like, something, I don't know, like Warhammer. I don't know why, but I look at it, I'm like, oh, this looks like some of the baddies from Warhammer. Like, oh, look at me, I can afford an EVA suit.
This is where I started doing. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, this does feel like one of the most lived-in maps in the game. Like, this really does feel like a planet that people are living on. Because, like, most of the other worlds you see, everything looks pristine and almost unreal how clean everything is.
We've actually had requests to come back to revisit this world at some point or another, just because people really do like how alive it feels.
I would love to see like a slightly cleaned up version. See like how now that they've sort of formed this like alliance with Kamake, like have they grown? Because obviously we see in the colony worlds, and they're like really advanced. So I'd love to see like have these guys grown as a society, like the slums still exist. I think that'd be so cool. This is really cool.
But yeah, like, so for example, the vending machines is where I was starting to explore a bit with the civilian tech, where sometimes they go and they buy their rebreather and everything's all great, and sometimes they struggle and they start smacking the vending machine trying to get the, you know, we've all had that moment where we've put a quarter in a vending machine and, you know, the drink doesn't come out.
Oh yeah.
So like, you know, we tried to, so that like that was something I built, like I scripted from scratch, and I was very proud of. You're trying to jump back to the beginning of the level.
No, I just realized that that is the beginning of the level. I just think that's really cool because I didn't realize that before. Every time I come to this barricade, I just get serious lame is do you hear the people sing vibes. It's just me. But I don't know what it is. Just every time I see this barricade, I'm just like, someone's gonna start waving a red flag and start singing. It never happens, but sometimes I think that.
Now all of the signs, like that was a brand new font that Donnie created to be the Kintari language. Like all that he created that all from just being inspired by things like Blade Runner.
I mean, I really like it. Like it feels very like Serenity, you know, like, sort of, you know, it's all in that Blade Runner style, isn't it? The sort of post. It's really good.
The building is a short distance from here.
Here we go. This is my favorite. I love looking at these little news things.
The newspapers. Yeah, I loved writing it. I thought it was such a fun little idea of, you know, what does the left-wing news report? What does the right-wing news report? You know, both of them are reporting what they believe is truth. You know, the Lucari are eco-terrorists versus the Kintari are capitalist, world-destroying factions. It's just like this was a whole. Like it was such a fun. Yeah, it was just a lot of fun making this.
So what I love is like. So it's quite modest on the left side, and then you go on the far right, and it's just like just listening to it. It just makes me giggle.
I mean, like I don't know about the UK. Like what? I mean, I know you guys have the BBC stuff like that, but like, I mean, do you guys have like super far right wing 24-hour news like Fox News as well, or
so
sadly yes.
Yeah, so we didn't used to, but in the last 13 years we have gained that, which is kind of sad. But yeah, it has sort of all unfolded politics wise, but it's just,
obviously this is
stuck in that box.
Are you stuck in that box? What box?
But like, you know, obviously this is what the right wing news is supposed to be inspired by, that sort of news organization.
Yeah, it's growing more and more, which is generally quite sad.
Oh, yeah, that was fun putting the guy up on the wall.
That's so cool. I wonder what he's doing. I want to know what he's looking at. What's he looking at? Tell me, Ryan. What? I want to know what's on the other side of the wall.
I think he's talking to he effectively is talking to someone who's back there.
Okay, what are you doing?
You shouldn't have come here, Lucari. Now you're gonna die.
Yeah, the Kintari police are terrifying looking.
Boom.
That was actually another fun thing about this episode is that the Kentari are
Is that the last of them?
so
The Kentari have some
technologically
training
behind. It's like they have not innovated into the levels of energy that the Lucari or even the Federation has reached. So you actually kind of just wreck their faces. Like they're not that hard to defeat.
I think what's kind of sad is like obviously the far right movement here are just like instantly like, oh, they're here to destroy us, and I'm like, we have the tech to do that, but we're not gonna do it. It's just that they're like, oh, they're here to destroy us. It's like nothing you could do would destroy us, but we could destroy you, but we're not going to. That's really cool. Right, let's go see how the rich people live, shall we?
Sadly, the unstuck button actually made me stuck.
Wait, how? Where are you stuck? Where are you stuck?
I was in the skip thing, and I hit the unstuck button to try and, teleport me out. But it didn't teleport me out. It teleported me to the other side of the skip. And then I did it again, and it teleported me into the wall. So I beamed up and beamed back down. I'm fine.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Well, this place is
Honestly,
a
this
far
mission
cry from
makes
the
it easier to
smog and swallow we
handle
just left, isn't it?
news of the world. Yeah, it does. Okay, just look at this. So this upper rank of the city gives me proper Stargate Atlantis vibes. I don't know about you guys, if you've ever seen Stargate Atlantis, but just it always does.
Literally living above the crud.
Yeah.
Minister Pentaro is in charge of planetary security. It's his job to evaluate all potential threats, foreign and domestic. The idea of working with aliens, with Lucari, will be controversial. That said, our situation is deteriorating. I'm willing to open a dialogue with outside parties.
Such a dialogue will be monitored, however, in the interest of planetary security.
Is it bad that, although he's
Displaced, Minister.
obviously far right, but that I really like his cape. Is it bad? I really like his cape, and his sort of little the rank, sort of his rank pit. I know he's this horrible guy, but I can't help.
It's okay. You're allowed to like his fashion sense.
I just think it's kind of cool. Like I'd wear that on my Klingon.
It's like the Terran uniforms. They're some of the most fun, visually aesthetic things to wear in Stowe, despite what they represent.
Yeah, represent totalitarian states and everything. Oh my god!
You know what they say? The dark side has cookies.
The dark side does indeed have cookies. I made Sarah cookies. It was very nice. They were chocolate fudge ones with Smarties in. They were very good. But now we're all out of cookies, and I'm sad. Oh, what's incredible, G said. Lucari also seem to be drastically socially different, and their social looks are driven by creativity and scientific progress. I mean, from the Lucari story, they were sort of separated. So I always get confused by this, Ryan. Maybe you can elaborate for me. Were the Lucari driven off planet by these guys, or did these guys leave the Lucari? Oh, so that's okay.
No, the Kentari effectively won the faction wars. They exiled the Lucari, and the Lucari went off and prospered.
That's kind of ironic, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. I mean, the Lucari tried everything they could to stop the Kentari from destroying their original planet, and the Kentari kicked them out.
I must say that their moon looks actually quite. I always think it looks a lot more healthy than their actual planet does. Is there a reason for that? Was that a stylistic choice, or?
It's their agricultural moon.
Right. Okay.
All of their food and stuff is grown on the moon, and then shipped back to the planet. which is why when the Zenkethi show up and nuke the moon, it's a existential crisis.
Yeah,
it's like,
lost all their food production.
We just literally lost all of our food production.
Keep fighting, no matter what!
And it's a little less genocidal than some of their other target choices.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, but I think that is more of just a coincidence that because the Kentari don't live on the healthy planet. I mean, if the Kentari were on that planet, it would have been genocidal. But it's just, they separated their agriculture from their living conditions.
So the true message of the mission is to screw up your own planet so that, like, aliens bomb the other one.
I don't think that's a message, but okay, we'll go with that. Seems really, okay. Here comes the. Oh no, we're not quite at there. It's your fault. Bit. Oh no, because they were gonna hit the other planet, weren't we? And we actually forced them off.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan, I must say, like my no consoles run isn't doing half bad. I'm just saying. Maybe I'll start a new trend.
You also have other people who are. You also have other people who are helping you.
Ryan. It's all good.
I mean, you're doing great, James. You're
doing
great.
Thank you. Yeah, I thought I knew it. Yeah, also.
Matrix is stable.
The art of leadership is delegation.
Yeah, of course it is. It is.
Taking credit for others' work.
Of course.
So this is our first time seeing what Lucari technology looks like, where it's very green powered.
Not in a Borgy way.
Do you think we'll ever get?
No, not in a Borgy way.
Do you think we'll ever see like Lucari bridges? Obviously, on certain ships you can get Lucari bridges, but on like more Federation ships or like an alliance ship with Lucari at some point?
I wouldn't say never.
That'd be cool. What weird shape would it be?
I mean, especially after we started looking at ways to integrate the Lucari technology in the more recent episode, Taken by Surprise. So, I mean, maybe there will be one day a Lucari Federation hybrid ship.
That'd be so cool.
Or just give us some plant pots, It's just something to be able to put on the bridge that brings it a little life.
Just how about a little Bill and Ben the flower pot man, just sat in the captain's quarters. That'd be cool.
Oh, really going for the obscure British references there.
What? Okay, that's actually a question. Anyone in chat know what Bill and Ben the flower pot men are? I'm genuinely curious.
Yeah.
Ryan, have you ever heard of Bill and Ben the flower pot men?
I've never heard of them.
Oh my gosh, no. Okay, it was a BBC Kids program. No, Nova's like, nope. Yeah, I didn't think anyone would, to be honest. Like, it was... Yes, Bill and Ben. Oh, Hyper Hydra knows Bill and Ben. Yes. They were the flower pot men. And Weed, yes! Not, okay,
the only British cartoon I know is Bob the Builder.
Ah, classic. Classic indeed.
Oh, no, Thomas the Tank Engine.
Oh, that's true. I know Thomas the Tank Engine.
There you go. It's legal in Oh, no, like I don't think her name wasn't Veed. It was like Thistle. I think. Who was it Thistle? Was that who the friend of them was? I can't remember. It's been so long since I watched it.
Bill and Ben was not really my time.
Was it after or pre your time?
I think pre.
I feel like it was. Yeah, I feel like my mum just stuck it on because it was her favorite kid show growing up, and she was just like, "You must watch." God, for Pete's sake, guys, we're not having talks on drugs. Like, I'm gonna begin shunning you, chat. Professional stream.
We're not gonna talk We're not going to talk politics and we're not going to talk drugs, but do them if you can.
Oh, God. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, everyone.
Politics or drugs?
You know what was actually really funny? Obviously, I've been watching. Me and Sarah are binge watching Next Generation at the moment, and we watched the Don't Take Drugs episode recently,
Cover me while I take
where they literally say in it, but kids don't take drugs. But actually, you know, it was quite a good episode overall. I thought.
Is that the one with Tasha being like, "But drugs make you feel so good, Wesley"?
Yes, it is the one where Tasha's like, drugs make you feel good, Wesley, but don't do drugs. Don't do drugs, kids.
Oh, Automata secured. We're safe. Those were traditional.
No, Gojira, we can't talk about nursing homes because talking about nursing homes is likely going to talk about drugs.
For Pete's sake, why? Oh my God, Paddington Bear. Oh, Baron von Solo Paddington Bear. Yes, gotta love it. So I actually
Paddington Bear as well.
I live near Paddington Station, and two things about Paddington Station I love is there's obviously a statue of Paddington Bear there. There is a beautiful artwork of Paddington Bear with who's he with? Isambard Kingdom Brunel, and the Millie's cookies at the station do little cookie cakes with Paddington Bear on, so you can actually go eat a very delicious Paddington Bear, which is very good. Very good, Lance. No.
So, with this mission being almost done.
Yes.
Do you want to? So next, do you want to do Brushfire or do you want to jump ahead to Quark's Lucky 7?
Ooh.
I love Brushfire.
No, let's do Brushfire. Brushfire is good. I mean, we started early, so we, could actually get.
We'll speed run Brushfire.
Well, no, we don't want it because there's good little tidbits in Brushfire, and also you get Martok back, and that.
Yeah, love Martok.
Is that you being sarcastic, or you do actually love Martok?
No, genuinely, I love Martok. One of my favorite Klingons.
Well, there you go. Good. Why does she sound so sarcastic in your I love Martok comment?
Look, I don't have a non-sarcasm mode.
Quick, someone find an off switch.
I'm not sarcastic, I'm British.
I'm just British. So are these.
How it work.
But no, JJ Hertzler is such a fun person to chat with. Like he's
oh my God, that's so cool.
Talking with him really feels like talking to Martok.
No way, really. That's so cool.
Yeah, like he knows the character so well, because he lived the character for so many years.
Yeah, of course.
Like, he can turn any inspiring speech into a inspiring Klingon speech.
Instead,
you're just ready to follow him into war.
There will be resistance from people like Pentara, but we must continue to look.
Even if it's like,
to that end, we hope to work
I must go to the bathroom. Like, lead the way, General.
Yeah, hell, General. Oh, he is so cool. Like,
perhaps.
And I love the fact that they always get him playing like a role here and there. Like in obviously he's been in Lower Decks recently as well, doing some roles. He's such a good actor, and he's got such a distinct voice as well. I think that's one of the things I love
he and
about
Jeffrey Combs both.
Oh yeah, of course.
I mean, they've done so many roles across the different shows, and
I want to ask a question. Why is there an old Romulan ship in that cutscene as you leave? I always get confused.
Oh, the Gorn ship.
Yeah, what the Gorn ship?
Sure.
What? Yeah, like just as you leave, there's a random Gorn ship. I always get confused. Is that deliberate or is that a glitch?
I don't recall there being a Gorn ship.
I didn't break the game. Guys, run. Just skip it. Move on. We saw nothing.
Okay, so if anybody wants to join us, X up in chat, and I will add you to the team.
I promise I didn't break your mission. I didn't.
While I'm waiting, I'll transwarp to Brushfire.
Brushfire.
You know,
Starfleet intelligence
James, you
has learned
can,
that Martok,
at
the
some
former
point
Chancellor-
for P1, do a contest where you put up a picture of a starscape and ask everyone to guess how many cloaked Romulan ships are in the scene.
Oh my god, yeah. That's actually a really good idea. Oh my god, I'm gonna suggest that at our next meeting. That'd be so funny. Like, wait, I suppose you'd have to give some sort of hint to how many there were. No, that wouldn't work at all, wouldn't it? So,
do you though?
No, you don't need to. I kind of want to do it now. So you're gonna laugh at me. During the last Accolade Hunter, we were doing the Accolade in the Klingon arc. I always forget what it's called. Where is it? It was during the Klingon Civil War arc, and it was not Kittimor Discord. Was it Kittimor? Yeah, it was Kittimor Discord, and it's the bit where you're on the
That's another one of mine.
Yeah, well, it's the Accolade where you have to try and guess the code. So I was there for like 20 minutes, like, okay, chat, let's work out what the code is, and I said the closest person to the answer I'd give them 10 keys. And in the end, we were there for 20 minutes and we couldn't work it out. So I'm gonna have to. I might actually have to do that one off screen. I'm not even gonna lie. That one's gonna be hard. Okay, guys, make sure that you are joining us because we want you to come and join us. So make sure to X up in the chat. So because we want you to come join us on this exploration of the mission Bushfire, and the next mission we go to afterwards. Have a think.
And it helps make James look good if we manage to get through the mission.
What, without me dying? That's a plus. That's certainly not a negative.
So I could help. Absolutely, I could absolutely contribute.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to.
I mean, to be honest, I'm not going to lie. The 3-piece Tholian set is insane, and whoever at the team created it, I just want to. Can you please give them this clap? And just say that I love it.
I will. I am not going to give anyone. I am not giving any of my coworkers the clap.
Why? But why? It's good. They should be proud of it. I like it. But no, seriously though, it is really cool. And I must admit, the items that you guys do in your events are kind of insane. Because I've been playing Star Trek Fleet Command recently. Just my father-in-law got me into it, and like
the forbidden game
compared to Stowe, there is nothing that you can do in that game for free. Like, I've been trying to play it free, and it's just such a long game to play. Whereas Stowe, like, you get so much, like the events, like, oh, I do an event for 20 days and I get a free starship. Whereas you could do the event in Fleet Command, and then once you finish the event, you then have to pay £20 to actually unlock the thing that you spent all this time unlocking. Whereas Stowe, I have to, my hat's off to Stowe. Like, the fact that you guys give such awesome rewards as you do, I'm just super impressed.
Before I worked on Stowe, it was actually 2 projects earlier. I worked on Dungeons and Dragons Online. And
nice.
Dungeons and Dragons Online was a really fun game to work on, but their big model is selling mission packs.
Yeah.
And I remember when I first, applied to work here at Cryptic, they said we don't do that. Like, our free-to-play model is everything, like, if you want to play the game, you can do so for free. Like, technically, you don't have to spend a dime because you could also convert dilithium to Zen and all that. But the game itself is playable entirely for free, and I always thought like that was such a cool way of doing things because effectively we're creating a playground for all of you.
It's like going to the best Star Trek theme park.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's basically...
It would be you'd go to a Star Trek theme park where everything is free except for the costumes.
Yeah.
Mm. Come for the story, stay for the ships.
Stay for Space Barbie. Oh my god.
Space Barbie, yeah, exactly.
This was so clever. You guys bringing Rodek into it.
Mm-hmm.
So when I first watched DS9 as an adult, and then he showed, because I didn't watch. I'm only just rewatching the original Next Gen right now. But when he showed up and that episode where he loses his memory in DS9, and then I replayed this mission, I was like, oh my god, it's Worf's brother from DSR. Like light bulbs went off in my head. I thought this was such a clever character to bring back. What gave you the idea to bring him back? Or was it just like we'll just pick a character at random, or was it like no? So what was the plan for that? Like
Tony Todd wanted to work with us.
Oh, that's so cool. So how does that work? Did their agents get in contact with you, or did he just want to just get a role in it? How does that work?
I mean, I don't know all of the. I mean, I don't know all the specifics
of course,
how
I'm sorry.
Al gets our voice talent, but I mean, he networks. He with via actors. He networks via agents, and he knows how to talk the talk and get people who want to work with us, and I think has been it's one of the greatest things about working on Stowe is that we get to work with the real talent, and 9 times out of 10 they put in an effortless performance. There's occasionally people who don't really understand game voice acting.
Yeah.
But that's gonna be true for any project. But we get to work with the talent.
I know you do. This is so cool. This is like the coolest job ever. I'm just like, oh my god, that's so cool. Oh my god, Ollie's here.
For Measure Morality, I got to sit in on Sonequa's session, his voice session, and what an awesome person she is. There's no ego, literally zero ego. She is so happy to be a part of all this stuff, and she gets so excited because she clicks with things when she realized that holy crap, yeah, Michael Burnham has no idea what a Romulan looks like. This will be her first time ever seeing a Romulan.
Oh, that's clever.
She had those click moments while recording.
I mean, that is really, really clever. Yeah, of course, because obviously Discovery pre original series. Oh, that's so clever. I was going to ask actually if we got onto that mission about those. Well, that's cool to know that she actually thought about that. Oh, that's really cool.
And a lot of the time, they do. LeVar Burton, he thinks about how Geordi would deliver his techno babble, because he lived it for so long. He knows the character better than we do.
So I do have a question. What was it like Will Wheaton coming in to record Wesley Crusher's lines after because his performance in those missions, it brings a tear to my eye because it's.
I mean, I will be honest. I didn't get to sit in on that session. Okay. I wish I did because oh my god, to be a fly on the wall.
Yeah.
But from everything I've heard, he was all in, and he was excited about how we were handling the character. He really loved the idea of Emperor Crusher and he was just an absolute pleasure to work with.
I just want to say, if you go back to the Priority One streams like before we knew who the Emperor was, I said Wesley Crusher. I said it. So I called it. And yes, I was just like, of course Wesley, because, you know, he's technically, you know, got telekinetic powers and stuff. So yeah. So I called it. I was like, yes, I called this. It was
we
great.
Actually, in the studio, we used to call him the Crusher.
The Crusher. Oh, that's sick.
Right.
That's
Wesley
really
the Crusher.
Wesley the Crusher. Crushinator. That is really
But yeah, no, we had him as our plan for Emperor for a really long time, and it was just like the only thing that was going to stop him from being the Emperor is if Will Wheaton said no, or if CBS said no.
I didn't die.
Thankfully, neither of them said no.
Nice.
I mean, that was really cool. I didn't die, everyone. That you saw nothing. No one saw anything.
Just like you said, like Wesley effectively has godlike powers. Like, why wouldn't he be the Emperor?
I mean, yeah, it was just such. I mean, it was such a cool idea, and bringing Wesley back. I don't know. I remember watching Wesley Crusher as a kid and thinking he was really awesome. And then as an adult, I just heard all the oh, shut up Wesley jokes. But I never really got them as as a kid.
Right.
But he's an awesome character, and and Will Wheaton is just I loved him in Big Bang Theory when because I sort of got before I got back into Stowe, before I got back into Star Trek, I sort of watched a lot of Big Bang Theory and stuff like that. Sort of in my teenage years, and then Star Trek 2009 got me back into it too. And yeah, it was really. I remember my first days playing Stowe, and I remember the first thing I thought when I got to the level of lieutenant is, why doesn't this Connie look like the one in Star Trek 2009? Such a bratty kid. But yeah, no, I was just. Like Will Wheaton's Wesley Crusher was just one of his characters. I really like him. I think he's really cool.
Well,
and I'm so glad.
The thing is like for anyone who watched TNG as a kid, we were the Wesley Crushers. Like we generally were pretty smart kids because we were geeks. We were bullied. Adults didn't really listen to us. But so like we put ourselves in that character, and it's unfortunate that like such a bully culture took over against Will's portrayal of Wesley. But I mean, he's a great character, and we were so happy to get him.
I mean, I love watching him on the Ready Room. And his personality is just amazing. And I remember watching a documentary about him filming a scene in Big Bang Theory where it's the one where they're all watching Star Wars, and he walks in a Star Trek uniform, and he's just like,
yeah,
and he's just doing the Live Long and Prosper. And apparently that was, he walked in, no one knew he was doing that. He just did it off his own back.
That's awesome.
I just thought that was so amazing. Brilliant. Like, Anyway, back to this mission. So we just played through the space section. Who was the designer of that? Was that?
So this was done.
Maximum security area.
Who was the designer for that? That was. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. I can't think of the name at this exact moment, but I know like I can picture the person, but I can, yeah.
That is totally fine.
I feel so bad now.
No, don't feel bad.
I feel bad.
If you step out of line, they are prepared
Okay.
to remind you of your place.
I'm sorry, Ryan.
So this, the walking in a line, that was another thing that I built. Like with for bridge officers,
What did you idiots do?
so that everyone would walk, because obviously bridge officers usually don't walk in a line.
Not my concern. My concern is to bring...
So I had to build an entire override script for them for this part, and I'm very happy with how that turned out.
It's really
and
good.
Of course, there's the two really funny accolades of the do you listen to the rules, or are you a dick and get shot at?
I'm a goody two shoes. I find the disobeying one harder.
We're British. We're used to queuing.
Yeah, we are.
We may need to fight on the way out.
It's in our genes.
It is in our genes. Like, we literally in England, you could be walking through the shops and there'll be a line. You have no idea what the line is for, but there is a line there, and you must therefore step into the line. And once you get to the front of the line, you can then find out what the line was actually for. Usually, you'll find it was
Turns
not.
out the line was just for getting into another line.
Yeah, usually it's for that. It's for another line, and then you find out the line was not to do with the thing that you wanted anyway, and then you have to get into another line because you were in the wrong line to begin with.
We've come for the butcher. Bring me mortar.
Oh, so the Zenkefi. Where did the design for them come in?
I mean that was. I mean, this was like obviously the plan for revealing them, but yeah, that was the.
Quick, right.
Like they had been designed already. Like our concept artists had been working on it. For a while, and it's a really cool design.
It is really cool. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, they are intimidating. And spoiler alert, the Borg as simulated Zenkefi is pretty terrifying. I'm not gonna lie, especially on Elite. That thing packs a punch.
David Lopez. That's who was the artist for this.
David Lopez.
I mean,
Is why they call
yeah.
him.
I mean, it's the same Zenkefi, right?
Oh, is it? No way.
The assimilated one is like the guy who shows up here, like the boss in this area, who gets kicked off the rooftop only to come back later. That's the same guy.
Oh my god, I did not click that. I did not click that.
Okay. It's the same. It's the mirror version of him. Zenturak.
Oh my god, that's really clever. That's so clever.
He's also the Zenkefi you fight in Scylla and Charybdis.
That is really, really cool. That is really, really cool.
He's Martok's nemesis during this whole
arc.
Have you now? Wait, I know you.
Butcher.
One of Moog's sons fights under Torg's banner.
Oh, see, when I first played this mission, I had no idea what this dialogue was about. What do you mean, one of Moog's sons? This what? That's Worf. I was like so confused, like about this cutscene. I was like, and I just passed it off. But then now, after binge watching DS9, I'm just like, this is such a good. This is such a good mission.
I'm leaving.
Yeah, it's Martok knows, even if Rodek doesn't.
Disagree with you.
And Martok doesn't have time to worry about this, like all of the, all the chicanery and BS. It's like, no, you're a son of Moog, and that's who you are.
Right now, for the Empire.
For the Empire.
You say so?
I was going to say, if I recall correctly, wasn't Tony Todd very unhappy with that plot in Deep Space Nine and the idea that that's how they solved the problem by erasing his identity?
That I don't know the answer to. I don't know if Tony Todd was upset with that, but I know that he did enjoy this redemption arc.
So how early, while making these missions, is it confirmed who's going to appear in them, because presumably this mission is the sort of the whole point of it is to free Martok. But like, when was J.G. Hertzler like confirmed while making it?
The war is over.
So sometimes sometimes it can vary, but usually we have a good idea relatively early on who is going to accept and if someone's not going to accept. Like, there's been a few people who we've had to work on the assumption that we're going to have them, and just cross our fingers that they say yes in the end, or that their agent says yes in the end. But usually, like someone like J.J. Hertzler, we could get a yes pretty early on.
Time to go.
So, where did the idea of making Martok's friend in the prison be a Jem'Hadar come from? Because I always liked that.
I mean, part of it was we just wanted something different. It's just lots of Klingons, lots of and stuff. But so we were thinking of having him have a Jem'Hadar friend. But also part of it is just like Martok seems like the sort of person who would, if the Jem'Hadar weren't his enemy, like, he would appreciate their honor and their fighting ethic and stuff. So it's like, why wouldn't he have a Jem'Hadar friend?
I mean, that makes sense. I mean, obviously they are great warriors, just like the Klingons. I mean, I often say that that they want to fight Klingons because they feel very attached to that. So, I mean, that's really clever. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it does put you in mind of is it In Purgatory's Shadow, the Deep Space Nine episode where, like, they're in the Jem'Hadar prison, and Martok and Worf are fighting the Jem'Hadar.
Yeah.
To stand, to fight, to be.
And even, I mean, even like in the later episode that I made, Doomed to Repeat, where we find out that the Fakiri that we fight were created by the changelings as a way to deal with the Klingons, and then when they realized that they couldn't deal with that, then they were like, oh, let's have the Jem'Hadar be our warrior caste to be able to deal with Klingons and stuff like that. Like there's we kind of wanted to make it like clear that the Jem'Hadar and the Klingons kind of were always fated to be intertwined with each other.
I mean, that is such a good, and having them make the Fakiri and basically bring the Klingons' nightmares to life is such a clever story. Like,
It's such a freaking changeling thing to do.
Yeah, it is. It's so like, we can't control them, so let's bring their worst fears to life. Yeah, that'll subjugate them. Good idea. Like, I must admit, bringing the head changeling back and making her the lead villain was such a good play. And really, and I remember when we first got her out of prison, and it's like, oh, this is definitely not going to lead.
Main security is
getting her getting the actual actress to voice her, because there's just that delivery that some people just can deliver a character in ways that no other person, even a sound-alike, can truly match.
Oh yeah. I remember when I played. I still play Destiny 2 every now and then, but one of my favorite characters was Nathan Fillion's character, which was Cade 6, which was the character. Anyway, he couldn't record his last mission, so they got Nolan North, who's a very good sound alike, to voice his final scene. And because I'm a lifelong, I've watched Castle, I've seen Firefly and stuff, I could tell it wasn't him, and it was just so off-putting, because although they sound really similar, there was something about Nathan Fillion's voice, I just knew it so well. and I was just like, this isn't right because this is not Nathan Fillion, and then I couldn't enjoy it. It sort of semi-ruined the experience. But obviously, it's not Nolan North's fault. He did a fantastic job, but just something about that voice that is Nathan Fillion, and I guess that's the same when you guys are doing content for Stowe as well.
Mm-hmm. Like that, there's a reason why we don't go for sound-alikes unless we absolutely have to, because there's just these people know their characters so well, and it just would be an absolute shame to not bring the person who did the job back for it.
Like, I'm so glad you got J.G. Hertzler to voice Lass, the changeling he played.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good playing those missions and hearing J.G. Hertzler instead of the original voice actor.
Yep. And then, by the way, just something I was thinking about for this mission. In the original, in the original pitch for it, I had actually planned, because it was always meant to be a two-part experience: the sneaking in and the fighting your way out.
Right.
And so before the whole walking through as prisoners, the original plan was that you were going to be sneaking through like vents, and you'd be like eavesdropping through the vents of like various groups of enemies, and then that way you would know on the way back you're going to be fighting these guys.
I mean that's pretty clever. I like that.
But it was just one of those things where, like that's not what our game is. Like our game is not good at claustrophobic vent crawling and stuff like that.
Keep moving.
I mean, it wasn't until the Taken by Surprise that we even tried doing Jeffrey's tubes, other than Temporal Ambassador, which those are those tubes are a bit of a fever dream anyway.
He's dead, Jim. It's good. It's good. I like the accolade. I can get that one.
Yeah.
I like the wisest.
But I mean, like,
tribble.
but no, yeah, everyone loves the wisest tribble. But like, it's just one of those things where it's a cute moment, but it doesn't sell the fantasy the way that it does, that we were able to do it with Taken by Surprise.
You know what?
And
sorry, you go. Apologies.
So, well, I'll just say, like, if we can't sell the fantasy right, generally we don't want to try and give a half-assed performance.
Of course. I was just saying.
I love this.
Time to evacuate.
This is really
Release
cool.
the roof.
Let's go up on the zip line. Okay, Nova has reminded me that I haven't actually announced the winner of the first giveaway, so I'm gonna get the computer to do its thing, and let's announce the winner. So, boopity boop. The winner of a TR116B is FISA67. FISA67. So congratulations. Hope you're still there. And please send us a little DM, a whisper on Twitch. And we can send that with your @handle, in-game @handle, and what if you're on console or if you're on PC, and we can get that sent to you ASAP. Well, I'm going to start the second giveaway very quickly, and this is for a bonus call. So the first word was don't. The second word is break. So don't break. Those are your two words so far. So enter that for a chance to win a bonus pool.
I told
I love this battle to the death on top of the lift. This is really cool.
Honor that promise.
Yeah, no, this. I feel like there have been times where I feel like I kind of just stumble into a perfect moment. Like where it just like. I didn't plan it to feel this good, but I put the right critter groups in the right places, and magic happened. And I feel like that's the case with this fight. Like, I didn't go out of my way to do anything special with this wave battle, other than just decide how long it's going to be. And it feels like, it's this last stand before trying to escape. And I'm very happy with how it turned out.
It is.
And then, of course, Zentorak shows up and is just a freaking monster.
Hit that button.
I mean, we've got Martok on our side, though. Like, how can we lose?
We're not going to lose. Like, there's no way.
Send them all to Grethor.
Do you have an equivalent on your character since you've got no consoles in space? Are you, like, no kit modules on ground as well?
No, because then I'd just be dead. So my equivalent on ground is I have no heals on ground. I have no heals on ground, and I only have low tech gear. So yeah, that is my equivalent. Which to be fair, no heals on ground is,
See, I mainly play as an engineer, so I never have heals on ground.
Well, good for you. This character is a scientist. A space wizard, you might say.
I wear loafers, so I don't have heels on ground either.
I love you.
I mean, I know it's polite to laugh, but I can't.
Why?
Because he's British.
I'm British too.
Well, you're more Brit-ish.
I'm British. Hey, I have you know... Oh, thank you so much for the resubscribe. Thank you, Becky. I have you know that I have singing lessons with the lead chorister at Windsor Castle who sings for the king on a regular basis. So that makes me Brit a lot, I guess. I don't know.
Battlefield is ours.
I suppose that still makes me British. I don't know anymore. I don't know.
Are you Britty? Oh, so Britty.
I'm so Blitty and witty and Brit. Cat can't tell me off because that was a parody song.
The shield is down. Prepare to
So I want you guys to be so I'm gonna let you guys in for a pretty cool thing after this cutscene because this is awesome cutscene.
Yeah.
It wasn't me. Ryan did it. And it was parody song.
Not while I live.
No.
Rips for the rips in chat for our buddy here.
I mean, this always gets me. I know Martok's like giving him his like warrior's death, but it's just like you think Martok would have like at least tried to help him. I don't know. It's just a bit sad. James, do not tell Kat she can do something. Bad idea.
He also didn't want Rodick to shoot his friend.
True.
So, when he just like spikes him into the pit,
it's really sad.
It is really sad.
But to be fair though, like I suppose it's kind of he died in battle, so he's gonna go to Stover.
Exactly. He had a glorious death. A tragic, glorious death.
Yeah. To be fair though, we know from the he's pretty powerful. I mean, he's powerful. Oh my god, he one-shot me. Well, there you go. You got an example of how powerful he is. This guy on Elite is really annoying as well. And that's on my level 65s. Boom. 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 Are there any secret weaknesses you can actually tell us about him? What are his secret weaknesses?
I mean, he's weakest to in the front.
Oh, okay. So don't shoot him at the back. Good call. Right, let's go to the front.
Because he has that big shield on his back. That's kind of the theme of the Zenkethian in our game is they're all strongest in the back, like the ships and on ground.
I mean, that's a cool idea because obviously, in like tank warfare and traditionally, the best place to shoot something is in the back where it's weaker. So it's interesting that their species has taken on that as that's the place you want to enforce. I think that's a clever idea, to be honest.
And it does feel like the natural opposite to the Klingons, who you would expect would be the opposite. They're like, no, we like to face our enemy, so all of the shields up front.
Mm-hmm.
Which is very clever. Ah, loading screens. I do love a good loading screen.
Well, we probably have time
for
maybe one more mission.
So that means you're going to have to decide, Ryan, which one are you going to choose?
Kimmer Discord.
Okay, Kinema Discord it is. You chose that one very easily.
Well, because we've done Quark's Lucky 7 and Measure Morality and The Calling and before.
True.
So I figure why not let's do and Fujiwara Effect.
True.
So let's do Kinema Discord since you were talking about it earlier.
Cool.
And it is a really cool mission. I was very that's another one of the totally stumbled into it things where we had no idea if the moving wall of death would work or not. And not only did it felt fantastic.
I claim the rights of
this is me tooting my own horn, which I think I'm allowed to.
You're allowed to.
But
you have permission.
It completely just turned out perfectly, and it didn't even take that many iterations. I picked some random numbers for how fast it should move, and it's just we're like, okay, we got it. Oh, this is another great cutscene.
This is good
the
cutscene.
duel to the death.
Oh yeah.
Preferably intact.
I love her sass. Have you got my husband, preferably alive?
I am Worf.
Ah, yes.
Gintok to the House of Martok. The House of Torg must not be allowed to survive
and this was me reusing his line.
Yes, but that doesn't matter. I'm not going to complain. It's Worf. Considering when Stowe first came out, there wasn't really any voice lines in the game other than Leonard Nimoy's stuff. Stowe's come a long way. So.
It still blows my mind going into the voice actor page on StoWiki and seeing exactly how many people have come and worked on our game with us.
Yeah.
Congratulations, gentlemen.
You know what I would love to do? It's I don't know, go watch some live streams from the really early days of Stowe, and see some of the almost like a spot the difference between Stowe when it first launched and Stowe now, because obviously the game has come on.
Didn't we for April Fools release the launch build or something?
Oh my god, did you? I don't remember that.
I've heard of this. I wasn't around at the time.
Oh my god, what? I missed this.
I feel like I remember hearing that as being a thing that happened.
Tell us, oh wise one.
If Winters was there, he'd know.
Yeah, Winters would know. Where is Winters? Oh my god, we should play Where's Winters? Where's Winters?
So where's Wally?
Yeah, okay, so we do this event in the community. And usually it'll either be an anniversary event or, usually it's on the anniversary. Anyway, Winters will go somewhere in the game, and he will stand there. He'll stand there for I think we run the event for an hour, and then he'll put messages into our fleet chat and give it with rough instructions I'm somewhere where there's trees, and then 20.
I'm on instance number 5.
And literally, he'll
I won't
lead
tell you which map I'm on, but it's the 5th instance of that map.
And then you have to use the clues that he will give you you know, throughout the next like few hours. Well, not a few hours. Over the 2 hours, he'll send like 10 messages, and slowly the breadcrumbs will come together. And then if you get to him first and you salute, you can win a T6 starship, which is really cool.
That's cute.
Which is really cool. I know I never won. I got really close to winning once.
I won once.
Did you actually win once? No way.
Yeah, it was the he mentioned Borg, like he could see Borg, and I was like, right, I know he's not going to be on the obvious one, which is the battle zone. I went to Otha, you know, where you fight Borg and each other.
Oh, that was clever. Oh man. Okay, so we are going to go Kittimer and Stasis.
No, Kittimer Discord.
Kittimer Discord. That's what I'm thinking. I'm smart. I'm not stupid.
It appears the hunt for Ja'ula may come to an serve the Empire.
There we go.
well.
Are you ready? Are you ready, guys? Are you hang on the edge of your seat? So I'm just going to do a little tease here.
The Klingons
Without
are
giving
willing to
anything
use
away,
any weapon available to
I've been
destroy the
working on
Federation,
some Star Trek
even
song
time
parodies
itself.
that are going to be coming out
It
on our
falls to a
YouTube
small group
soon,
of brave Starfleet officers
and
to restore the
I hope you
timeline
guys will
and rescue
like
one
them.
of their own.
That's all I'm going to say. But I'm quite proud of them. I don't know, without giving you spoilers, Sella, have you seen the lyrics that I posted in the private chat at all?
No, I haven't. I will be looking at these very shortly.
Oh yeah. So we got some. So it's pretty cool. What's the winter ship? Give a hint. Oh, he's not. Ryan is not going to give you a hint of the winter ship. Firstly, because you know he makes missions.
It's gonna be cold. There's your hint.
Is that the hint? It's going to be a cold ship. Here's another hint. You're going to have to earn it over the Christmas event. Oh, hey Trekkie Stowe, how's it going? Okay, so
we did get to see what the anniversary event ship is, and it is.
Is it
it
good?
is sexy.
Oh my god! Okay, so you heard it here first.
It's really good.
Oh my god! I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see the anniversary ship. I'm super excited. Okay. Oh wow! I've during today's stream, I've almost gone all the way up to level 60. I might even do it in this mission. That'd be cool. Thank you, Admiral. Kinema Discord. Let's begin. Are you ready, guys?
Yeah, I'm waiting on you, James.
Oh, you're waiting on me? Oh, I'm terribly
Yeah.
sorry. Terribly sorry, old fellow. Why won't let me in?
Oh, awful.
I'm just clicking it, but it's not working. Won't let me in. What have I done wrong? Where did I go wrong?
I'm just now imagining the space version of Where's Winters is what is Winter's ship?
What is Winter's ship? Sexy upgraded J. Oh my god, if the J got an update, I would be the happiest person in the world.
The T7J.
Oh my god, can you imagine a T7J? Oh wow.
Okay, but it has to be the only tier 7 ship in the game.
Yes, yes, and it's like 3 times the size of the actual J, and so it can literally only stand still and be a starbase, and that's it. And
it's given up its thrusters for power, so it's just.
So as long as the mission doesn't require you to do any maneuvers, you're fine. But if it requires anything else, you just automatically auto lose the mission.
These are the adventures of the Starbase Enterprise.
Go home, James. You're drunk. I'm not drunk. I'm drunk on power.
On lemon tea.
On lemon tea power.
Times like
Lemon
this,
Tea Davies.
Cogran's here in that fancy new Alliance ship of his.
Well, you know, I'm generally sad that out of all the Alliance ships that I got from the events, I didn't get the first one.
I love that one. It's still my favorite.
It's such a pretty one, and I didn't get. I know it came out in a Muds bundle, but I was just like, I was tempted, but I'm just too poor at the moment. And I'm saving my money for when they finally release the Enterprise J in a Muds bundle. And I'm just like, I don't care what else is in that packet. I am buying the Enterprise J Muds bundle. It's literally the Fry meme where he's like, shut up and take my money. That is me. When that bundle comes out, like, you don't even have to ask, James, are you buying that bundle? I'm just gonna be like, I bought the bundle.
Or heck, even like a legendary J with the that fun skin from that video where like the hull is transparent.
Oh, that's so pretty. Yeah, I saw that. And I was like, oh my, yeah, I would love that. I would be so happy for that. Yeah,
this was such a divisive mission.
So when you made this mission, what was the thought process for it?
I mean, so I knew I knew that this was supposed to be where we realized that Ja'ula is actually not the bad guy. You know, she's tough. But she's always fought with honor. She's always fought against military targets, not against civilian targets. And it was, like the whole thing that happened in the previous episode, or the patrols, or whatever that it was. That was actually, a car who caused that to happen, not Ja'ula. So this was supposed to be where Ja'ula's redemption arc begins. And
I do have a question about that. So obviously, when I first played these missions and we first meet Ja'ula, like she is very much like, doesn't like Starfleet, doesn't like, the Federation, and
right. I mean, but she was at war with them not that long ago.
True. So how did you guys make the decision that she was going to have this redemption arc and become our ally? Or
I mean, we knew that was going to happen early on, because we knew that a big part of this arc is getting rid of Jimpak.
Yeah.
Like we wanted to remove Jimpak as as the chancellor.
Yeah.
So I mean, and she was going to be the catalyst for that. But yeah, I mean, she didn't like the Federation stuff, but that's because she was at war with them. Once she realized she wasn't at war with them anymore, and that it was, that there was much worse things to deal with than, because her important thing was, the survival of the Klingon, of Klingon kind. And when she realized that the Federation wasn't the threat to Klingons, and it was the current Klingon leadership that was the threat to Klingons, that was that's when she realized that she's been picking fights with the wrong people.
Right.
I love that you know exactly where all of the bombs are.
Yeah, I do. I'm sorry.
So obviously, in case it wasn't hugely obvious, the hot and cold thing that we used for the bombs here they're not bombs. They're
little nodes.
It was like the transponders or whatever. Like that was we stole that right from the Ryza. Hot and cold.
I had a feeling. It was from that.
But then I worked on it and I feel like I improved on it. And then we ended up putting it back, and then we ended up kind of reverse engineering it back into Ryza, so that way the Ryza one would be better.
Oh, that's really cool.
Well, just having J.G. Hertzler be the one commenting on it improves it.
J.G. Hertzler makes everything better.
He does.
Yeah.
I actually, so I have one tweet that was liked by Jonathan Frakes.
Oh, nice.
And the tweet says, 4 words that make anything better, directed by Jonathan Frakes.
Yes.
Nice. I like the slightly different version of that, of the 4 words every man wants to hear is also starring Jeffrey Combs.
Well, when we had Jeffrey, for Victorious Life, we had him contracted for one more, season. So of course, we ended up using him, I think as Shran, but or like the descendant of Shran, but we were joking around about having an episode called Game of Combs, and he would be the voice of every character.
Oh my god!
Bring us that.
Please. Yeah. Yes.
Like he would voice every character in the episode, like male, female, didn't matter. It would all be Jeffrey Combs.
Oh, it could be like that old Friday the 13th mission with all the Vulcan clones.
Yes.
Oh my god! I
surrounded by clones of Combs.
I just want this. I want this mission so badly now. I didn't know I wanted it so badly, but now I know it was a possibility. You don't know you need something until it's available. Okay. Right, guys, we're gonna do 5 guesses. See if we can get the accolade. Okay. First of all, Ryan, you created this. You get the first guess.
The first guess, huh?
Yeah. See if we can get it right.
Okay. Let's go with 142.
142. Answer live units and everything. There we go. Boop. Invalid passcode. Selec, you're up next. What's your guess? In fact, chat. I want to see some guesses, guys. I want to see some guesses. And as soon as I've got your guesses, I will reveal the winner of our second giveaway and start the third. But not until this door code is unlocked.
Oh, you're keeping them hostage, huh?
Keeping them hostage. Okay, I've got 7. I'll go 756. Let's try that. 7, 5. I'd just like to say that all the people that hunt accolades in the game really hate you for this, right? This is the hardest accolade in the game.
I have created some of the worst accolades in the game.
This is like so hard.
Like that one belongs in the museum. Like
belongs in the museum is good. Like I like that one, but this one is just impossible. Like you would literally be here for hours into like trying to break this door. Okay, what's that?
Honestly, I think it's just a random number.
It's just a random number. Like in a second, I'm just gonna give up on the accolade and just no. Okay, fine. I'm just gonna go talk to the Klingon. 42. I'm just gonna type 42 in, and if it's not 42, we're just gonna leave. That is the decision we're making. Yeah.
I don't even remember what I called the accolade.
I'm never going to know because I'm never going to figure it out. This is one of the only accolades in the game that I just don't have, and I'm just like, I remember like Fluffy, who's done an accolade, a list of all the accolades in game. He was like this is the hardest one in the game. I don't think he's even managed to get it. I think he said he has got it. Okay, it's 6:49. There you go. And I think he said it took him 10 hours.
All right. Now I remember the name of the accolade.
What is the name of the accolade?
Brute force over brute force. And it's for literally just if you decided you're gonna just start at 1 and keep incrementing it and just brute force the algorithm. instead of beating the guy up to get it from him. You could be super lucky and it could be 1.
It could be 1.
But
it
could
could
also
be not. It could be an infinite number of different numbers, couldn't it?
No, it's finite. It's totally finite.
I love this cutscene.
But you know what? It's worth 50 points.
To Gryffindor.
Very carefully, Akka, for they may be your last.
And you've done this before for getting all the signal boosters.
Oh yeah. You would experience beige. I love the fact you gave him that line. It just makes me so happy.
Oh yeah.
Surrender.
Once we decided that it was going to be Bob O'Reilly, we had to put an Experience Beige reference in there.
And I love the fact that I love the fact Gowron makes a return as well. That just made me so, and redeeming his character in Stovercore just made me so almost emotional, really.
Old Crazy Eyes is back. And the character artist nailed the most important aspect of any O'Reilly character.
The eyes.
Is the
The eyes, yeah.
The eyes of beige.
You would experience beige. I love this guy. They're all holding guns. He's like, look at me. I've got laser swords for hands. Laser hand swords. Oh, they said it. I love it when he says it. It just makes me happy every time.
You will pay for this.
So what was the idea of this? The guy, the ninja Klingon with the lightsaber. Where did that come from?
The 4 Sons of None.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Those guys. Where did they come from? Where was that idea?
I mean, so the idea was supposed to be like they're his 4 main bridge officer characters.
Right.
Yeah, they're his lieutenants. And as for the why they have lightsaber weapons, I mean, that was a cool thing that was in our game already, and we decided to just really go with it.
No, I love the lightsaber weapons.
But yeah, the idea of all 4 of them have a different weapon that they specialize in. As a team, they're probably a really deadly combo. It's just the fact that you get to fight them off one at a time.
So I remember.
Defeats the purpose of that.
Yeah. So I remember watching How It Should Have Ended for Guardians of the Galaxy. And the very first Guardians of the Galaxy film, they had these rocket launchers, and they're firing at the security, but they fire one at a time. And it's like, we're never going to break in. And in How It Should Have Ended, I was like, right, we're not going to fire one at a time. We're going to fire all the rockets at once. And of course, it blows up the thing. And I'm just like, it's one of those situations. Oh, this was very cool.
The civilians.
What was the car's game plan here, or was he just being a dick?
No Klingons are warriors.
I mean, a car was selling the weapon to
Gempok.
To Gempok for a position of power. He figured that Ja'ula had gone weak.
It would be a small price.
Enough. Get us out of here. Maximum warp. Now.
I do like her ship as well. It's really cool. Now, I think I read this in an article somewhere. Forgive me if it's wrong, but I heard that Ja'ula's character was actually a cut character from Discovery, and that you guys were given. Is that true, or is that wrong?
Well, she's from the comics.
Oh, she's from the comics.
Perhaps I can be of assistance.
Hi.
My lady, I am glad I was able to find
I every time when I finally got my Klingon recruit up to this mission, because when I made my Klingon recruit, I played through all the missions from the start to finish. And when I got to this point, and she's like, "Oh, it's you," I'm like, "Oh, it's recruit lady."
Gempok has brought a fleet above Kittimer, and a car
Yeah.
has transferred the mycelial weapon.
Agreed. You, a Detpa. You managed to get in here. Surely you know.
I managed to get in here before a car activated the shield. Listen. Come with me.
Come with me if you want to live. Right, I'm just going to announce the winner to this and get the last giveaway going. So here's the pool giveaway winner. It goes to Lurkin. Congratulations, Lurkin. Well, if you're still lurking there, that was a good joke. If you're still lurking around, it was. If you're still lurking, definitely send us your in-game and what your play style is on, and you can we'll send it off to you. Now, the first word was don't. The second word was break. The last word is stuff. To win 5 lockbox keys, type the word stuff into the chat now.
How did you get past our car security?
I've
James always
forgotten
breaks
more
stuff.
about
I don't.
security than a car will ever learn, my lady.
You never fail to impress.
You never fail to impress. I think we went to the wrong side, guys. Alt 5. No, okay, no. We went to the right side, but we went...
I doubted myself. I was like, oh, you clearly followed me. That's... Okay, yeah. No, I went to the right.
Yeah, but you didn't go up the stairs. That's what confused me.
Jumpock wants them all dead. No
Jempock wants them all dead.
This is a slaughter. Jimpock has gone mad. He's no better than a Fakiri.
I must admit, when I first played this mission and we get called Jempock frames us, I literally was like, really like, how are we gonna get out of this?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like literally like, but then I think part of me was just like, wait a minute, we got all these civilians on our ship that literally can vouch for us. Especially if you get the accolade where you rescue all the people. But no, literally, like, and the music in Stowe is just really good. Actually, I've realised I've actually turned the music down. I might turn it up.
They are outnumbered.
Not for long.
There we go.
When people learn what happened here, Jempock will have no allies left.
Jempock. The way he says Jempock will have no allies. He's just...
I mean, it was a really fun, like, setup. Just completely putting you on the outs with the, Cleon Empire and stuff. And honestly, we probably could have done an entire arc of you being on the outs, but of course it would have been like, what are we doing? What are we going to do? Like, what bases can we go to? Because I mean, if
yeah.
It's like, oh no, the entire alliance hates us right now. Like, where can we go other than like Nimbus?
No, you know what would be really funny? It would have been like well, you could sign up to Lifetime and go to the special Lifetime base that's outside of time. Yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah, sadly no.
Yeah, sadly no.
It's quite funny actually, because you guys have just released the new Chimera design, which looks sick, by the way. And it's quite sad though, because I know that we had Thomas on a couple of months ago, and he was saying that his in-game ship that he flies is the Manticore, and he's like, I can't. He's not updated his own ship, and and it's like, oh. Poor Thomas, you've not updated your own ship. Like I think he is working on that at the moment. But it's just like,
well, now of course you know that if he really wanted to, he could just ask for the new ship. And,
he could. Just like, that's so cool. So, whenever you do play Stowe, do you ever like make a brand new character, or do you just like have you got like one character?
I have my one character.
That's fine.
I've made other characters that are like recruits and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I've never I've never actually played as them. Like originally, I built them so that I could start like the other starting experiences.
Yeah.
You know, play all the Klingon only missions, play all the Romulan only missions. But I've also, so far, I've kind of done it already now as part of working. So
no, that makes sense.
And bug fixing and stuff. So I don't really need to play those characters.
No, makes sense. I must admit, so I made my free-to-play account over on Xbox, and so I got the main one on the tune up to level 65, and I was, and then all the recruit events showed up. So I made the recruits, and I did just enough to get them to recruit, and I still have like a long list of characters that I need to level up. This is a great cutscene, by the way. I just want to say your team did a great job on this one.
No, I will say our animation team has just, and I say team as if there's more than Weston now, but like, yeah, it's our cutscenes have come a long way since the early days.
Come, this is no way to die.
This is a cool, yeah. I love actually playing on a disco character, because it's got so much more weight on a disco character, because obviously she's the one who kills your captain.
Right.
It's just such a moment of like.
But again, she kills your captain because she's at war with your captain. This is not like there. To her, there is a difference between a senseless death like this.
Watch out for Elachi.
And dying at war.
Do we think we're going to get all of them on this run?
Yeah, easy. Cat Charm makes it super easy.
I'd be very disappointed if a group of 5 players couldn't, or 4 players couldn't get all of the people.
Well, it is 2.5 players at the moment. It's me and Bennett, and the half is obviously James.
Of course.
I'm a cat. I'm going like super speed right now.
I also love the conversation with what's his face, the Earth Ambassador.
Yeah.
Oh, Sugihara.
Sugihara, yes. Just like even in this time where it really is not a good idea to be long-winded, he can't help but be long-winded.
Yeah, Sugihara, can we get you out of here? Oh, I'm just gonna talk lots and lots.
Yeah, I'm done for. Just go without me. It's like, what are you talking about?
Just get up, man.
Shut up, Sugihara. Just shut up, Sugihara.
I'm trying to rescue you.
We have the technology.
We can rebuild you. Boom.
But yeah, that's the first time you play this solo, and you're trying to
save everyone.
Deal with, and you're trying to save people, and the thing is just getting closer and closer, and it definitely can get scary. And then of course, yeah, the way it ends here with it like pushing you into the corner.
Yeah, like this actually, like, I don't know what it is, but this sort of the ambience is like it's more sad than scary. Like I just like, the whole waste of like this. We finally made Kittimer, part of the alliance.
Made Kittimer great again.
Yeah, they made Kittimer great again. But yeah, no, it's just because obviously Kittimer's where Worf's parents were killed and stuff like that. So it's got all that weight and everything on it, and it's just like generally like oh.
No, I mean there literally nothing good ever happens on Kittimer. Like it's just one shitty event after another. It's like the cursed planet.
Borg attack, Romulan attack, Klingon attack. It feels like every faction's got at least attacked this place once. And I love the little motif of the dun 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 Da da da.
Yeah.
That's just so. It's like. Just
getting the TOS music in there.
Yeah. So good.
Transporting now.
It's just, oh my god, it's getting so close. Like, we're never. Like,
we're not getting out.
Fucking doomed. Oh, love it, and it just, like I said, it literally just worked.
It just works so well. His dishonor is great. End him. Well, I'll tell you what. What we'll do is we'll announce the winner of our last giveaway, and I believe you've got a live stream of your own to start, Mr. Ryan.
Yeah, I'm already late.
Yeah, you're already late. So what I think, if you go start your stream, I'll post the winner, and we'll do our closing. And just before you go, though, I just want to say, Ryan, thank you so much for this interview. And I'm sorry we've run over, but we're going to bring everyone to raid into your stream, so we'll see you shortly. And thank you so much. We really appreciate it. You're amazing. Everyone say thanks. Thanks, Ryan.
Thanks, Ryan. It's been a pleasure.
It's been an absolute pleasure.
Oh, and since I read what I was supposed to say during closing.
Oh my god, yes, do it.
I read.
Do it.
So, I just want to let you know, decapitation is such a pain in the neck.
I take back what I said earlier.
Okay, we'll see. Well, we'll probably see you shortly, Ryan. Go get set up.
Yeah. Later.
Bye. Right. Okay. So Ryan's head off. I'm gonna let you know who the winner is of our 5 lockpicks. So that is Onyxy053. Congratulations, you are the winner of 5 lockbox keys. So if you send us a whisper on Twitch, we can get those sent off to you at our earliest convenience. I mean, that was so nice having Ryan with us that whole time. That was so good. What did you think of that, Selleck? Was that fun?
This has definitely been a good stream.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it. Congratulations. Winters? You were here the whole time? He has been watching us. But yeah, no, that was so good. Like, oh man, I feel like I learned so much more about Stowe. What about you?
It was definitely an enlightening experience.
Blowing up the ships, blowing up. I never win anything. Oh, I'm sorry, Winters. I'll tell you what. I'll send you some keys later. Would that make you feel better? I think I still owe you a birthday present.
I was going to say, that sounds like a bribe.
It is unwise.
We can always kill him once we know his plans. My ship is under attack. We'll try it your way.
Very well. We shall try it your way.
I believe the truth will be heard. I didn't expect to fight against Corin ever again.
It's quite cute actually. If you're a Klingon at this point, like it's Corin going, I didn't think I'd fight against Sean again. Those two are just kind of cute. I ship those two. I'm not gonna lie. There we go. I'm just like, all our friends know how powerful we are. Like, why are they trying to attack us? Especially like if you're in like your dreadnoughts and stuff. I'm just like,
yeah, but these people are in the flagships of like the greatest empires of the time. You know, like it should be pretty difficult to take out the Enterprise.
Answer hail, here we go. That's the end.
This is no victory, traitors.
This is no victory, traitors.
He went to war, and he took the weapon
This
with
was
him.
unfortunate.
Nice.
There we go. Right. Good stream, everyone. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's stream. If you did, consider... I'm just going to get rid of that little screen sharing bit. Boop. If you enjoyed today's stream, consider following. Let's go to our little closing document. Boof. There's the closing document. Okay, well, that concludes the episode 284 of the Priority 1 live stream. Next week, Winters will be leading the charge for next week's show with Nova and Lance. As with every show, we'll be talking about the latest Star Trek Online news and Priority 1 Armada news. Plus, we'll be teaming up with you in another adventure zone to earn more marks into lithium. Selleck, over to you.
We want to get to know you, so join the Priority 1 chat channel by typing in the chat box /channel_join space Priority 1, all one word, and then hit the enter key.
And if you're ready to join our little community, then head over to priority1armada.com to sign up. We have active Federation and KDF fleets full of humans, Vulcans, Klingons, Orions, even Gorn, but they do have to wear masks as they spit a lot. So whatever your playstyle, you'll find a place with us.
Want to know what we're up to? Then follow our various channels on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. There's always an adventure, a good chat, and exciting giveaways to be had. Episode 284 of Priority 1 Armada Live was brought into the light of day by our community patrons through patreon.com. Check out the thank you packages as supporters receive, and add your support at patreon.com/Priority 1 Armada.
And speaking of patrons, a special thanks to our patron supporters like Wale Coyote, Sayar, Ken, Teach Guy, and Amajan, and all the rest as well. And you'll see your names in the credits at the end of this as well. And finally, I'd like to say thanks to our online artist Jason Smith, our in-game message sender Jesse, and again a huge massive thanks to our special guest Ryan for taking us on a tour of his work. Also, a big thanks to Selleck for being my co-host. And finally, of course, a big thanks to you, the viewers, because you make every show special. And now it's time to go raid Ryan. So let's go live long and prosper.
Peace and long life.
And let's go raid Ryan. Because I said we would, and we're going to do it. There he is. He's waiting for us, guys. Okay, live long and prosper. Let's give Ryan a big load of support. And for all of our patrons out there, thank you so much. Thank you to all of you guys. Don't forget to come join me on Accolade Hunter. Remember, it's Tuesday this week because I'm not available on Monday. Let's give Ryan a big round of applause. Raid, raid, raid.